50 kilometers offshore or from the border, only Mexicans are allowed to have it, because a long time ago, when the Constitution of Mexico was made, they say that in case of war, foreigners can come and get their trophies from the sea and from the border. That's right. We have never had a war in Mexico, and hopefully we will never have. But that's a way to protect our country. So everything that is like Cabo, Ensenada, Puerto Peñasco, and all those places that are 50 kilometers offshore, the only way to get it is by being Mexican. And all, as you know, all your clients are either from the States or Canada. Actually, our major clients come from those countries because they love being here, it's vacational, all those kind of things. So the only way to acquire it is through a trust. A Mexican trust is called fideicomiso, right?
Okay.
And who has the fideicomiso? Well, it's a bank. Any Mexican bank or bank that is held in Mexico will be considered as Mexican, and they will have the trust, and then you, as a foreigner from the States, from Canada, call it a different country, will be the sole beneficiary of those rights. It doesn't mean that the bank is going to take it away from you at any point. No, it just means that the bank will be the administrator of your property, and you are the one who's going to tell him, hey, bank, I want to put a lien on it. Hey, bank, I want to assign the rights to a third party. Hey, bank, I want to do this with my property. You just have to let them know, and they will do whatever you want with the bank. This fideicomiso doesn't apply for Mexico City because it's not 50 or 100 kilometers from the border or offshore.
Okay, so if I'm understanding correctly, you need a fideicomiso, a bank trust, if you are not a Mexican citizen. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And that's something that you could help our clients with.
For sure.
Okay, so another question that a lot of our clients have is that if they are already Mexican citizens and they are married to someone that is not a citizen, what is the process on that?
Well, it will be, first of all, if they are acquiring a property in all of these places where are border or 50 kilometers offshore, if they want to put the name of the wife that is not a Mexican on the deed, we have to do a fideicomiso because they are not Mexicans, and the only way to do it is through a fideicomiso. So we will make a fideicomiso, constitute one with the 50% or whatever percentage of the wife, whatever percentage of the husband, and together they have their own fideicomiso.
Okay, so then if wife wants to be on the deed and she is not a citizen, she could get 50% of that through a fideicomiso bank trust, and then the husband will get the 50% being a Mexican citizen.
That's right.
Okay.
You don't have to be a foreigner to have a fideicomiso. Even if a Mexican would like to have a fideicomiso, they are allowed to do it. But it's in the praxis, it's not very sustainable because you have to pay an annual fee for the administration of the bank, like in your credit and debit cards that you have to pay monthly fees or annual fees for having it. It's the same with the bank. They will charge you for the administration of your fideicomiso. So if you're Mexican, citizen, not residents, if you are a citizen, there is no reason why to have a fideicomiso, but you can always have it.
So you had mentioned about 50 kilometers from border and then 100 kilometers from shore. So explain to us just a little bit. So let's say, for example, a non-citizen is trying to purchase a property here in Mexico. What's the difference between Cabo and San Miguel de Allende?
Well, the difference is that if they purchase in San Miguel de Allende, no border or offshore is near there. So they can acquire as a simple, like a transaction of purchasing and selling agreement before the notary. And that's a simple transaction. You don't need a bank because you don't have offshore or border. So it will be a really simple and easy transaction compared to, it's not that it's not easy and simple, it's just a little bit more meticulous and harder to do. And a notary won't do it by itself for you here in Cabo. You will need a closing attorney, someone that has expertise on this to make it happen in Cabo or any place where we already mentioned 100 kilometers and 50 kilometers from border.